Let's see what a bar chart would look like for plotting all the 5,000 or so price points. As you can see, the bars are squeezed together. That chart contains over 5,000 bars, so it's difficult to see. Let's try to create a clearer chart by grouping prices into buckets of price ranges. So we have here the function that plotted all the bars into that difficult to see chart. What we want to do is to group price points into groups and then plot bars for those groups. And the way we do that is in our create bar chart function, we pass in price groups and we'll calculate that somewhere else. And price groups is going to be equal to the output of this function, group prices by range. We're going to provide a list of prices and group them. So how do we do that? So in our group prices by range function, we're going to pass in the list of prices. We're going to use the counter object to count up number of items. So as we go through the 5,000 or so prices for each item, we're going to get the rounded price. And then we'll say, if it's under $50, we'll put in the first bucket. If it's between 50 and 100, put in the second bucket, and so on, to have 7 different buckets. And then at the end of that, we'll know for 7 different bars, how many values are in there. So with that, we can then create the bar chart and save it into, let's actually make it in the data folder. So let's quickly go over how that function works. Again, we create a figure and we create a subplot in the figure. And we also have the colors set to cycle through the colors. But there's one thing I do want to do, which is to make this look a little bit nicer. And I'm going to do that by adding a style sheet. Matplotlib gives you a few options. ggplot is one of them. So let's do that. And we have the labels here for the different groups. So we're going to go ahead and label them here and then have a grid, and we're going to save it to the exported file name. Oh, actually, I meant to save it into charts. So let's actually clear that and run the file again. And so that file has been created. I'm going to open up the file so that you can see what it looks like. So let's download the workspace. And I'm going to clear this really quick. And there we have the chart in a grid background.